I will explain how to crochet a stretching cat using the technique of Suzi-Amigurumi. The whole thing is roughly divided into 8 parts, and the basic flow of the production is to crochet each part from the front of the body by combining and merging them. The point is where the knitting fabric bends largely in the middle of the body. Here, the patch type bending method that I explained last time is used. Then, let's crochet it while checking the detailed number of stitches. First, crochet the parts that will be inside the ears. As shown in the figure, spread the fabric in one direction by increasing the number of stitches at the beginning and end of the second and third rows. Let's crochet 2 of the same thing. Next, let's crochet the head. Start from the tip of the nose and make the shape as you increase the number of stitches as shown in the figure. Only the first row is crocheted with the color of the nose. Please feel free to change the color of the other patterns according to your preference. This time I changed the color of the second and third rows to make a round pattern around the nose and mouth. Join the inner ear parts at the 10th and 11th rows. It is a procedure to crochet binding stitches at the 10th row, and to crochet bridging stitches at the 11th row and go around the hole. For more information on this technique, see the explanatory video in Advanced Part 1. There is a point to be noted here. These are crocheted with half double crochet when crocheting the part which corresponds to the outside of the ear in the 11th, 12th, and 13th rows. Usually, we don't use half double crochet because it creates a gap, but it's no problem because the inner part of the ear covers this part. Once the head is made, the eyes are embroidered at this stage. You can do it after you finish crocheting it all, but if you do it before stuffing it with cotton, you don't have to worry about the cotton getting caught. Insert the needle from the position of the 3rd stitch counting from the center of the 5th row, and take it out from the position of the 3rd stitch counting from the center of the 4th row. Then, insert the needle from the position of the 6th stitch counting from the center of the 6th row, and take it out from the position of the 4th stitch counting from the center of the 5th row. Only when you take out the needle from the 5th row, take out the needle from the lower side of the thread that is visible on the surface. Wrap the thread that was stretched first and put the needle in the same place. Return to the place where you put the needle first. Tie the ends of the thread together and hide it to the back. That's it. Next, crochet the forelegs. Let's crochet it while stuffing cotton little by little. To make the forelegs look like socks this time, the 1st to 5th rows are crocheted in different colors. We make 2 forelegs, but only for the 14th row, the left and right are crocheted differently. On the 14th row, increase the number of stitches so that the inner side of the forelegs is wider. After you make 2 forelegs, combine these 2. Start with a new thread from the stitch 6 stitches away from the slip stitch. Please see the video of Advanced 2 for details on the combining technique. Note that at each end of the combining section, the hook is inserted in half loops, and in the middle, the hook is inserted in all loops. If you count from the tip of the front legs, you will combine them in the 15th row. Join the head at the 16th and 17th rows. In the 16th row, 9 binding stitches are crocheted. Note that on the side of the head part, the hook is also inserted into the slip stitch. the number of stitches is 46 after crocheting the bridging stitches at the 17th row and going around the hole. From the 18th row to the 21st row, the number of stitches is reduced to make the shape of the back of the head. After that, at the 23rd and 24th rows, increase the number of stitches and rest the yarn once. Hold the yarn here without pulling it out, and crochet the patch part of the stomach later. The waist is crocheted with new yarn before the stomach patch. Make the base of the chain stitches on the first row, and then continue crocheting up to the 6th row as shown in the figure. When the waist is done, crochet the belly part. For details on the patch type crocheting method of bending the fabric, please see the explanatory video of Advanced 4. Continuing from the upper body, crochet the 25th row. Please note that in this case, insert the hook not only into the normal stitch but also into the loop on the side of the first row of the waist part and crochet together. After that, decrease the number of stitches by 8 and close the belly. Next, I will crochet the hind legs. Use a combination of increases and decreases to adjust the bending of the leg as shown. The important point is how to increase and decrease from the 6th to the 11th row. From the 6th to the 8th row, the crocheted fabric is shifted to the back side, and from the 9th to the 11th row, it is shifted to the front side. Also, to make the sock pattern, the colors are changed up to the 8th row and from the 9th row. For the hind legs, crochet 2 of the same thing and combine them. Start from the stitch 8 times next to the slip stitch with a new yarn. It will be combined at the 18th row counting from the tip of the hind leg. Join the waist part in the 19th and 20th rows. This flow is the same as when you combine the forelegs and join the head. On the 19th row, crochet 9 binding stitches. At the 20th row, crochet the bridging stitches and go around the hole. Now all the parts are connected. All you have to do now is crochet the bottom and tail. There is no increase or decrease in the 21 and 22 rows. Make the bottom by decreasing the number of stitches from the 23rd to the 29th row. The tail is from the 30th row to the 45th row. Please note that only at the 30th row, insert a hook into the front loop and crochet. You can change the length of the tail by changing the number of rows. By the way, I changed the color of the 43, 44, and 45 rows on the tip of the tail this time. This is how to crochet a cat that stretches its back. It will gradually become difficult to knit as the parts gather, but there is no part to stitch with the yarn needle, so the whole is connected as a continuous fabric. Please try the smooth shape that is unique to the Suzi-Amigurumi. Thank you for watching.